Hey, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing day 4 of the Junk Journal July prompts, which I believe is details. Yeah, details. I'm so glad that I printed that off and put that in my journal so I know. Yeah, so we're going to be doing details, and what I've done is I have gone to my craft room, a little basket of papers, and I have just picked out a selection of things that I think I might want to use for this journal page. Obviously I'm not going to use all of this, but I have just picked a variety of different things. So I have these that are little flaps from cereal and cracker boxes that I want to try making some labels with, little spots to journal with almost. Then I just have a few little bits. So this saying was something that stood out to me, obviously because it says life is in the details. So this is what I'm going to be using as a bit of a focal point almost, just because I think it goes really well with the prompt. And then what I'm going to do with the page is really pay attention to the details of the page, so the little small things that I can add to the page. So I have these little floral elements here. This is the backing of sticker rub-ons. So once you've finished with them, you get this and the plastic sheet. So I'm going to use this a bit like I use tracing paper. Then I just have a few little bits here. So this is a tag that I've made just with a bunch of different book pages, and then chopped off the top of a tag here to have a hole at the front. So I might use this as a journaling spot perhaps. This is just the leftovers of an envelope. This is some leftover from a strip of tape. So you can see here there's a shiny side, and then I have just coffee dyed, this was like stark white, just to blend in, and I'm going to use this maybe as some like background area just to add some texture, but I think this will be really nice. So obviously this was just rubbish essentially. Then I have a bunch of old book papers that I just coffee dyed because they were a bit too white for what I want my journal to be. So I've just coffee dyed them to give them more of a vintage look. This is some old scrapbook paper that I must have been using for a project and then never ended up using. So I might obviously make this into something that's more my style. Perhaps we'll cover it, make a journaling spot, I'm not sure. More scraps of papers. These are just leftovers from things. So if you've been doing other projects and you've got things left over, then keep them to one side, and your junk journal is a great place to use them. This is just a old notebook that I had that I've coffee dyed, and I dried it with a hairdryer to get this really cool effect, and I really like how that's turned out, so I'll probably end up using that. And then I have an assortment of little scraps, things that I've had in Happy Mails that I use the bitter ends of and don't want to let go. Again, just little scraps and things. This came in a Happy Mail, some tea-dyed tickets and little bits and pieces. So obviously I'm not going to use all of this, but I just wanted to have it all to hand, so I'm just going to have it off to the side here. Oh, and I also have some packaging from a online delivery. You know, you get boxes filled with all this paper, so I always keep that because it's always good to use. And then these tags I've been making lately, I might use one of these, I'm not sure. These were kind of inspired by Joey DeFee made a sort of masterboard with old book pages, and I turned mine into journal cards. But I love how these turned out, and these are just really cute little journaling spots. So I might use one of these, I don't know, or I might make one from the scrapbook paper, but I just have these to hand just because they're quite inspiring, because this is the kind of look that I'm going for. So I'll just leave those off to the side for now. So let's turn to my page. If you're working in an accordion journal and you're finding that your journal isn't laying completely flat when you've just got a page like this, you can always put your journal like this so that you have it spread out. Then that'll give you a flat area to work on. but this seems to be balancing fine, so I will leave it like this for now. And then we'll see how we go. So I need to get that string out of the way. Goodness, that's so handy for like tying my journal together, but it isn't half annoying when I'm trying to journal. It keeps getting in the way. So this page, I was quite excited to get to this page actually, because I really love the tones of the papers that I've used. And what I've done just off camera beforehand is taken some coffee with a paintbrush and just dabbed it onto the page. Just to give it a bit like a watercolour effect almost. But yeah, I did this beforehand because I didn't want to sit and wait for the coffee to dry, and I didn't think you'd want to watch that either. So I really like the different textures that this is giving on the different papers, and I even went across to yesterday's page and just did that so that when you open the journal like this, it almost bleeds across through the pages, so it's a little bit more cohesive throughout the journal. But yeah, I love this as a base. So let's see what we want to do. So when I come to a page like this, I'll often put things down first and just play with the different layouts. So I think I want to use this as a way of pushing some areas back. I don't want to lose any of the coffee dyed papers. Let's see. Might pop that there. And then I'm just going to play around with different layouts and maybe see what I like. There's honestly no like process to this other than just randomly putting things down. See, I don't like that because it's covered the coffee. So I hope you're going well with the challenge so far. I'm absolutely loving seeing everyone's pages in the hashtag and the way that people are interpreting the prompts as well is really fascinating, because I've seen things that I thought, oh, I didn't think of that when I wrote the prompts. So that's really great to see. And let's see what I want to do with this. I really like this coffee, but I think we've already got enough coffee dyed on this page. Maybe we cut this in half. I don't see, this is the issue. When I have such a nice background, I almost don't want to cover it up too much. I want to work with the whatever's going on in the background. So like the coffee dyed element of this, I really want to keep that. But if I use the tracing paper, maybe I can, or the sticker sheet backing, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit like tissue paper almost, but when I glue it down, it'll blend in. In fact, let me glue it down. Let me actually make a decision. Otherwise, I'll just be pottering around for ages. Because one of the things that I like with this challenge and that I would encourage you to do is, you know, you don't need to take like hours and hours to do things. Not that anybody has that anyway, but do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like a massive long thing. You can do it, just sit down for 5-10 minutes, or you know, maybe half an hour, something like that. This will probably take me longer because I'm chatting as I'm doing it, which is always the case when I'm talking. I end up not being as quick to do things. But let's see, this literally came off, my friend sent me something in the post and she beautifully decorated the envelope, and so I wanted to keep it, but it kind of ripped off. But I quite like that effect. Let's see, I'm loving that there, so let's keep that there for now. What do I want to do? Maybe a bit of colour perhaps. Let's see. No, that kind of blends in a bit too much. I kind of want a collage cluster. Let's see. Oh, it's covering up too much of the coffee. Where did that envelope bit go? Do you know, I'm so glad that I just picked off a few different pieces to use for this, because I've already got such a mess on this table. Let's see, there we go. This is the little bit of, this is literally, do you know the flap of like an envelope? Where I think I've used the envelope and didn't use this part. So I'm gonna use, let's see. Oh, I quite like that perhaps, but then this would need to have something here. Let's see what goes. Oh, that's too dark. I think this is quite a light page and I don't want to add anything that's too dark to the page. That's going to need trimming if I want to use it on this page. I really like the A6 size, but you do have to obviously be mindful of things that you want to use within the page. Obviously it won't go in like this, but I just want to see. Looks a bit blocky. No. Or maybe, ooh, maybe it might go there, but then that covers up the coffee. Goodness, decisions. And I can't even ask you, where should I put this? Maybe let's decorate it first, and then we'll see whether I actually like it. So let's just check I'm in frame. Yes, I'm in frame. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab, so I've got random graph paper. This is just a sheet of lined paper. It's just from random old notebooks that I have, that have like blank sheets in the back, and then I will just chop them up and add a bit of coffee dye so that they don't look too stark in my journal. Let's cut this down to there, so then that'll fit. So I think I might want it lined. Let's see if I cover this here and then cover this here. So I could just add the lined paper, to be fair, but this will just give a bit of a raised element to my page. So let's just wrap it around just to see what it might look like. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah, let's go with that. So add some glue to this. And of course, with things like this, you could also then make them into tags if you punched a little hole at the top and tied like some string around it or something. They're a great way of making little tags to go in your journal. And of course, when you're making your own tags as well, you can make them the size that you need for your journal. So if, like for me, if you're using an A6 journal, you know, sometimes tags might be a little bit large for what you want on your page. So you can create your own and make them smaller so that they don't overwhelm your page. Let's just cut this down. I'm not doing a very good job of this. Oh, I might add a second layer. You can see the cracker box showing through. That's the thing. If you're covering stuff, make sure you've got thick enough paper so that it doesn't show through. Or dark enough. I mean, this is quite a light sheet of paper, so that might be why it is showing through. So I will just double up on this, and that's fine. It's no problem. I mean, I might cover the back, because what I could do so that the coffee dye doesn't get covered is I could add this as something to tip in, perhaps. We'll see. There you can see that's raised on the page now. We'll leave that there for now. I don't want to glue anything down just yet. We'll see how it goes. I do quite like this. Maybe there with the ripped edge, perhaps. Kind of want to use this, but I don't want to use the whole thing. Let's trim this down. Maybe add that underneath. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah, because I really love the detail that's in this image. And obviously this one is quite a dainty, detailed image as well. So, oh, I like that. Yeah, let's leave that there for now. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really love to just be indecisive and put things down and leave them and see how I like them. There we go. I'm going to leave that poking out just a bit so we get that beautiful ripped edge. At some point I'm going to have to commit and actually glue these down, but that time is not right now. I quite like this colour. These are just the leftover papers from books that I've bought just from a charity shop. Nothing expensive, literally like £1 or £2 is what I get them for. And the end papers are always beautiful because they are sometimes written on. They sometimes have really aged effects, so I really like playing with those and seeing what effect I can get. Let's see if we put this here, or actually should we put it here so we don't have, the thing I'm not liking about this is the harsh edge of the envelope. So maybe if we put this way round so we have the ripped edge. Gosh, the decision that goes into just gluing a piece of paper on my page. There we go. Oh, I quite like that. Okay, let's glue that down before I decide something different. And then which way were we going to do this? That way. So we pop that one there. Do it that way maybe. And then this one we're going to put here. So I love using different tones of papers, and I know these are all like muted vintagey tones, but I really love that, and using different ones to contrast. I think this was slightly different in when I had it. Yeah, I had this up, didn't I? Oh, I hope I don't rip it. I want to lift that up. Put that down. Oh, put that one down as well. There we go, that's better. I love that ripped edge. And then we'll glue this down as well. So I won't put this quite up to the edge because then we can still see literally a tiny detail of the coffee showing through, but I really like that. So there we go. That's a really nice textured side of my page. Let's glue, should we glue this side down as well? There we go, whilst we're at it. Oh well, if it doesn't turn out how I want or how I like, then we've always got day 5 of the prompts. So let's add that one here, like that. And then we'll stick this down. So I just printed these onto sticker paper that I had lying around. I can't remember why I had sticker paper. I think it's for some random project that I was doing and I had sticker paper. And then I've just continued to hoard the sticker paper for some reason. So I thought I would start printing stuff onto the sticker paper. There we go. Let's stick that down. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then really want to add this pink piece because this is quite a nice dainty element to use. And then we'll stick, so that's, it's ever so slight, but it's a real nice raised element on my page. What I might do is come in with just a pen and just add some, oh, I don't know if I like this now, some lines down the side maybe. I think I'm ruining this. I don't think I like this. We'll see. Let's go all the way around first. Let's try. See, this is the thing. If you just try things and you just think of something and you just do it, it might not be what you wanted, or it might lead to something that you think, oh, I really like that. This, however, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think I like that. No, I don't like that. Let's change into something different. Have I got I've still got a piece left. Let me use this piece instead. So yeah, using cardboard is still great, and I'll probably still use this for something else, but I just don't I wish I hadn't put that pen on. I don't like that pen. Let's do this instead. So we've got that rounded edge of this one, so let's lean into that. I really like this pinky paper that came from a notepad that I used, and then there was a little bottom part of it left, so I just saved that part. And then maybe I'll add something with my white pen, because I think the black was maybe too harsh for what I was doing. Just some little white dots. You might not even be able to see these on camera actually, these little dots, but I'm just adding some really delicate little dots with my white pen. And for those curious, this is a Uniball Signo. This is the broad version, but they do different nib sizes. If you're in the market for a white pen, I would highly recommend this one. The ink is really smooth, I find, and it's nice and opaque. So I'll add some white dots over there. I love seeing the white pen on the brown. You can probably see that a bit more actually, perhaps. Just to carry that across, really. Let's see. I think we need something else. You know when you feel like your page needs something but you don't know what it is? That's what I'm finding right now. Ooh. Oh no, see, but I'm covering that up, but I really like how that looks. Oh, let's see. I'll leave that there for now. We'll make a decision. I love the detail on this piece of paper, so I think I'm gonna pinch some of this. And it's got the right tones for my page. Maybe I'll add just a tiny bit across here. Maybe across there. No. Does it fit here? This piece. I always go really quiet when I'm concentrating and trying to make a decision, which is terrible for actually doing a YouTube video. I quite like that. Let's stick that down. I can always pull it back up if I don't like it. Pop that down there. I'm really liking that tag actually. That's on the left, so I might actually add that. I wonder if I can. Let's see. So with an accordion journal, obviously I can't clip anything to the side of the page because we've got a page behind, but I can clip things to the top of the page. So maybe I could. Let's see. I don't want to cover this image, nor do I want to butt up against there too close. Let's see. Quite like that. I know I've covered up the piece of paper that I've glued on, but you can still see bits of it. I'll have to add some more white pen. I really like that because I really like the detail of the way that the coffee has dyed and dried onto this. So I think I'm going to add this to my page. Add it there. I really don't want to cover that image because I really love that image, but I'll overlap it slightly because I also don't want to lose the coffee on this side. I really like how that's dried. Let's see. We'll go there. And then I'll just come back in with my white pen and re-add my little white dots that I'd added, just to add some, not running now, just to add some detail to the page. There we go, and maybe I'll cover over the tag as well, and that kind of blends it in then. So at the moment I've got two little journaling spots, so I could journal on here and I could also journal on the lines here. Let's see, this is kind of looking a bit bold. Not that I want to add loads and loads of stuff, but it is looking a bit bold, bless it. So I think it's calling for some collage, as always. I really want to use some like found text, but I don't think I'm going to get anything interesting out of these pages because they are all about plants. I don't really have room for this tag now after all that. This is something I could like clip to the top if I really wanted to have extra journal space, or even something like this I could add as well, but I don't think this page needs it. These are quite nice, maybe, but I already have an image there that I don't really want to detract too much from. Let's do some collage. Let's add, this piece here. And then this is just left over from something. I think I cut something down. Let's see, add that there. There we go. And then we need something in 3. So let's add this one, or oh, maybe I could bring back in some of this coffee dyed paper, perhaps, seeing as I've actually covered some up. And I love how crinkly this is. Ooh, there we go. So if I lift this up slightly and tuck this under here, there we go. Bring back that coffee dyed element to this page, which I just think is one of the details in this page that I really love. So let's add that there. And then let's add just this piece here. Then I might add just a little bit of this plain paper. Trim this down. Don't want a massive piece, but just to add a little something on the page. One of those details, if you will. Constantly trying to think of how I can add details to this page. I'm just overlapping this just so we don't have any super harsh edges, and we sort of blend things in a little bit. Okay, I like how that is going. I think I need room for my date, but I'm tempted to just pop it on here actually. So I'm gonna just use, this is one of those regular office stamps that I've had for, gosh, I've had this for years. What's the latest date? This is 3 years old because the oldest date on this is 2018. But if you do want a date stamp, these run for 10 years, I believe. So it's a worthwhile investment if you want a date stamp. I would recommend it because you can use it for 10 years. So there we go. Let's just check that the date's right on this. Yep. I'm so guilty of always stamping the wrong date on things. There we go. Let's see where we want to stamp this. So I could stamp it here, or I could stamp it on the pink. I think I'm going to stamp it on the pink and slightly off. Let's check. I always have to check, A, is it the right date? Yes, it is. And B, is it the right way up? Because I have also done it before where I've stamped it and it's been upside down, which is never great. And something I like to do once I've stamped it, obviously that's the like clean stamp, and then you'll have leftover. And what I like to do is just stamp around it, and it kind of gives like a ghosted effect. And I really like that. And it's also a way of just cleaning off your stamp a bit. So I'll just leave that to the side for now. So I've got room for journaling here. I don't know if I need anything there. Let's maybe see this die cut. Oh, I'm always guilty of gluing things down and then realising that I want to actually pull them back up. Let's maybe, ooh, I like that. There we go. I really like how that looks. It looks so cute. Do I want to add anything else to this page? I love the detail within this, but I don't know whether it's going to necessarily go on the page. I might be forcing this. It might actually not need anything else. This might just need writing, to be honest, unless I squeeze this under here perhaps. Again, me pulling things up when they've already been stuck down. I'll rip it as well, that's what I'll do. If I rip it, that'll look a bit less stuck on. There we go. Oh, I like that. Let's stick that down. Oh, would help if I took the lid off my glue stick, wouldn't it? Now, this is always the stage where we could either leave it or we could add more and then add too much. The only thing I haven't added that I actually do really want to add, and probably should have added at the start, is this coffee dyed like label left over. Let's see, maybe I can just add a little bit of it up here perhaps. Maybe I'm just trying to use it because I have it. Maybe I'll use it in my next journal spread. But it's a really great idea if you have like backings of anything. Even if it's shiny on one side, you can definitely use the other side to coffee dye and then have a really nice textured background element. But I forgot about it, and then I don't think it fits on the page anymore. So let's see, I don't think I want to add any more collage. I think we are all collaged out. Maybe I just use some more white pen. Is this going to show up? Yeah. just do some across this page here. I haven't added any washi tape to this page, which is normally something I add to my pages, but I think it would detract from this page. I don't think this page needs any washi tape or anything like that. I do have a few like neutral ones, so something would go, like perhaps this checkered one, but quite honestly, I'm really loving how light and airy this page feels, so I don't want to add anything that's going to detract from that too much. Maybe I'll add some scribbling down the side here. There we go. That's not too bad. Just smudge that out a bit. Maybe do some along here as well. So I'm literally just scribbling with my pen and then just coming in with my finger and just blotting it out a bit so it's not too stark, because I really do love how, like I said, how light and airy this page is. All I need to do is add my journaling, so I'll probably use just a ballpoint pen, or maybe my brown fine liner perhaps, so that it's not too stark on the page. That is my page for day 4, which is details. So I hope you've enjoyed this little process video. If you've created anything for Junk Journal July, then share it in the hashtag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!